Hello, my name is Celeste, and I am from Black Metal Artists, and I'm here to have the pleasure of speaking with Hans from Svarttjern.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Now to start, um, can you introduce, I guess, the band for those who may not have heard you guys before, and I guess tell us how everything kind of started? I'm actually particularly interested, and I guess like this brotherhood you guys kind of have and share since, you guys have been around for quite a long time. And a lot of bands in this genre, especially in like the Norway scene, you guys, when you have really strong bonds, you actually talk and like mention like brotherhood, which I always thought was so interesting.
Yeah. Um, Especially, I guess, to at least American viewers, it's very important to say that brotherhood for us Norwegians are very different. That perhaps brotherhood is seen in other countries. It's just meant as respect and camaraderie. So there's no really political thing behind it. Just to kind of break that down, I've been asked that question before. So. Svarttjern, underground black metal band, I guess. I don't really expect everybody to have heard about it. Um, Underground band, we started out in 2003. My brother Gamle Erik and I. We were about like 17, 16, I think. Uh, from Oslo. Uh, Gamle Erik and I started playing together, kind of experimenting really. Uh, he came from, what can I say, a real punkish background. His older sister was, how do you call it, like a left wing radical punk. Uh, I don't know the English term for it, but she was a real like original old school punk. Uh, and I came from a more, I don't know, heavy metal background, I guess.
Mhm.
And starting playing together, we kind of felt our way forward and ended up with playing black metal, recruiting three other members, which two of them are still in the band today, fortunately. Uh, and the fifth member, Malfas on bass, he's the new guy. He's been with us now. I've I've been saying 10 years for a couple of years, so let's say 12. um, I guess Svarttjern has always been a different band. Maybe for the more nerdy, special, interested, I don't know. Perhaps also the reason why we have kind of stayed a little bit underground. Not that we want to do that. It's just been the way we went going forward. Um, and yeah, coming back to the sticking together part with us kind of referring to each other as brothers. Um, it, you know, I guess music and being able to discover your artistic freedom, experience among like minded have has built very strong bonds for us because in Norway, uh, things are different. It's not really that acceptable to do that in a way. And I guess that's for maybe all subcultures. And I mean, not only within music, but I mean, what do I know? But I probably even the gay scene in Norway is probably like that as well. Uh, it's not that accepted to be different. So when you are and you kind of join a subculture and kind of stand for something, you build really strong bonds with the people you are doing it with. Um, and it builds respect. We've had some fucked up pasts, all of us. Not only pasts, but also presents, I guess. We're a bunch of weirdos hanging out, and we have just tremendous respect for each other, and we are as close as brothers. So that's why I choose to call my bandmates as brothers. Not very many others I would call a brother, very few, but my bandmates for sure. They're the four people I would go to the end of the world with. Simple as that. That
Thank
was a
you for
long,
sharing. Yeah, no,
diffusing
that
answer.
no, that was a really good answer. No, I was just curious just because I know it means camaraderie definitely already. And I just, when I kind of got that idea and from hearing it from you guys, I thought it was just interesting. I wanted to hear more about that
Yeah.
personally.
And
So,
not to interrupt you, but I also think maybe Svarttjern, or at least my close circle of friends, are a little bit special in those ways. I don't really hear or see that attitude so many other places. That's because we're just that's our custom. That's how we treat our close inner circles. We treat each other as family and expect it to be treated likewise.
yeah, no, I definitely get it. I've heard it in other places too, especially even here. I've heard it in like different
Yeah,
groups and subcultures and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
oh, awesome. Now, kind of going along with like the theme of like kind of like discovering and like being new for people with you guys,
Mm.
how would you kind of describe your sound to someone hearing you for the first time?
Oh, that's so hard actually. Um, well, we have of course we have a lot of the I would dare to say some of the classical old school elements of black metal for sure, but we have a lot of thrashy influences, and I would also say, you know, attitude wise, we're more about beating the shit out of people than saluting like a god or not a god, you know. So we have the thrashy attitude. I would much rather fuck somebody up than tell somebody to worship Satan or whoever. Um, and but as every other band who's been doing, you know, performing their art for over 20 years, we've evolved, tried different things, what felt right. So what started out as a very fast-paced um, black metal band has maybe ended up with a more punkish heavy metal vibe and heaviness to it. I at least am proud of like the sound. I feel like we have created a sound which is recognizable. Uh, but I also think for people discovering us, is also to like expect the unexpected. We don't give a shit really. We do what we please, and yeah, we're not gonna change that. So I don't know, weird black metal. People who say that we release an album which is a traditional black metal album, they haven't heard the album. They're just writing a review because we are not a traditional black metal band. But we are a true Norwegian black metal band, but that's with the attitude.
Yeah, no, I definitely see it. Especially from like different stuff I've heard with you guys. I definitely explored a bit, and I definitely can feel like that thrashiness and that attitude a lot, which I like a lot because I listen to a bit of everything. So I guess it's
Yeah,
good when
thanks.
you have those more open ears and enjoy that kind of stuff that you don't really
Yeah,
mind that.
groovy shit. Yeah, thanks. I agree. Yeah,
Now I guess just because I'm a bit curious, especially because you
yeah.
briefly kind of mentioned like this change from like the past to now. How has your vision or like philosophy kind of evolved since your earlier days, especially as you've mentioned, given the fact you guys have been around since like 2003?
Mm. It's a fun thing actually you mentioned it because especially now the last year I've been kind of getting back to reading a lot more philosophy, kind of catching up on those old vibes that kind of pushed me. in a direction as a teenager. Philosophy-wise, it's misanthropy has always been like the main influence, I would say, for me, who's writing the lyrics. But also like the secrecy of I'm writing something. I'm at least for the first 3 albums. It's like the God, that was fucked up days. But all the lyrics are kind of coded. They're divided into layers within a numeral scheme, if you will, with a like a code system, which nobody knows about except me. So I guess my goal, as a younger man, was to attack or move something within the subconsciousness of somebody. You may read something, but it maybe hits you in a different way. I don't know. And I don't want to sound like a pompous talking about myself in the third person, but at least that was the start, reading a lot of philosophy, a lot of German philosophy, and just completely getting into that. We've had our religious reflections on a lot of the lyrics, but Svarttjern has never been a religious band in a way. I'm still not sure where I stand in a religious perspective. If I'm a anti-theist or if I'm a Satanist, it's always hard to choose. You find your way. But with the philosophy and the coded systems, combined with just nature and reflections of nature. I mean, I was cleaning my old garden once, and I had this tree, which grows like through a metal fence.
Yeah.
And that kind of that turned into lyrics for a whole album, really. So it's that. But also loosening up a bit, shame is just a word, it's in the title. Have some fun, Fuck somebody, get drunk. Fuck somebody up, get more drunk. And draw blood, suicide, inspiring others to end their life. And just attack, really. Hit people in the face. In friendly, the thrashy manner. So yeah, it's a hard question, but it's hard to answer short, as you now see, because I'm just babbling. But the misanthropy and like the modern interpretation, like my interpretation, stands as the main fuel and driving force for what I do in Svarttjern, at least.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, I definitely liked what you mentioned, and I kind of like that you had like that middle ground, like with religion, you're like, oh, I'm not sure about this or this, because a lot of people do struggle with that. I mean, shit, even I struggle with that. Like, I don't know what I want to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, that's life.
Um, yeah, now, I guess moving on, what are some of your musical influences? I would ask your main ones, but I'm actually more curious about your lesser known influences.
My list.
Like more underground stuff that's like I really enjoy this and it influences me for Svarttjern, but maybe other people may not know.
Aha. Uh, necrophilia.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of my absolute favorite bands. Uh, because they had this wonderful um, uh, how it's gory as fuck,
Yeah.
and very exotic for us Norwegians, coming from like yeah, it's exotic, but they also have this. It's a beauty to it. It's like wrapped in nice paper, but with an ugly band on top. So I would say, for my sake, necrophagia has been one of my definitely biggest inspirations, and still is. It's like my go-to band, really. Typo Negative, huge inspirational band for me, at least. I would also say for Gamle Erik, when he and I started doing Svarttjern, it was necrophagia. Listened to a lot of Typo Negative. Of course, a lot of the classic black metal bands, but that's a very boring answer. And and what else? I mean, The Cure, like a big influential band for us. Not for me, I don't listen to it that much, but if I would answer on behalf of other members,
Oh.
and yeah, I guess so. Sabotage as well, on a more heavy metal side.
No, I get it. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I liked the answer with typo just because of where I live and stuff. Like I'm such a huge typo fan. And even with
Yeah, you are.
carnivore, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Carnivore
Awesome.
AD is actually playing Inferno this year.
I know. I actually know the
Yeah.
front man for that. He's really
Oh, cool.
awesome. Yeah,
I
no. He
I
like
I sent him a message actually and said, "Hey, sorry guys, I'm looking forward to see you." And they answered me back. I was
really?
like, "Yeah," they answered me back, and yeah, we had a couple of texts, but yeah, looking forward to seeing them.
No, he's awesome. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he hosts like sorry to go totally off topic,
No,
but
no, no, go.
he hosts like a film thing here because he's from the area I am too. He hosts
Oh,
like these
really?
old films all the time and like he'll like sing like more gothic stuff on the side. It's
Yeah.
just so cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's really
awesome. I'll
special.
let him know if I meet him. I'll definitely, say hi at least from you.
Yeah, you should. He's really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Um now going back to topic. At what point did you feel your identity as a band kind of took shape?
Definitely releasing the first, like the debut album.
Oh.
Uh, Up to that point, being very young, not being part of any like, uh, we didn't know anybody else who played black metal. We were like the first ones in our area. So we went a lot back and forth. Uh, we just, yeah, getting to learn how to play, really. Um, but I think when we released the first album, that really shaped us. That felt like, okay, this is us. This feels right, and moving forward, really.
Nice. Awesome. Now, what do you feel, I guess, drives you and your band creatively when writing new material?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest, because I'm I'm kind of so on a other side of it. Gamle Erik should be here answering that. But I think just doing something that feels right, trying to evolve, trying to do something better, or change something that we didn't really feel maybe matched as well as we wanted to. I just get probably like every other band, we just want to evolve and experiment and keep kind of figuring shit out. And I guess if you figure something out totally, then probably it's time to start a different project. We're still figuring things out, and we're having a good time with it, both as musicians, but also as people. Yeah, getting older. Every parts of life, everybody, changes. We change as well, and I guess so does our music too.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like there's this change, but in a sense, it does kind of give everyone like something like a piece to like and listen from you guys. Because I kind of even went to like listen to your demos, and I actually really liked your demos a lot.
Oh,
But I've
thanks.
also listened to your newer stuff too. So I feel like there's always like a little piece. of something to really like pick from and like and try out.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, and I kind of feel the same way. Sometimes I think every musician kind of sits down and listen back. You know, if you're on the way in the car somewhere, and then, fucking hell, I'm gonna play one of those old albums, and yeah, that's the way it should be. I guess it's a little journey.
Definitely. Now do you see your music more as an expression, an escape, or confrontation?
Expression. I don't need to confront anything
Mhm.
um, because I don't care. Probably when I was younger, it was more of a confrontation, as I said, with like more of a attack vibe.
Mhm.
Today, to me, it's just a personal statement, really. Um, and I think for people who know us well, you know, both as the band and also us personally, know that we don't give a fuck. I don't really care what you think about it. Of course, I have to care a little bit because I do want to sell a couple of albums and I do want to do touring, so we can't
Mhm.
release something total shit. But anyway, um, we don't have a fixed recipe. It's an expression for the one album that we're doing, and that's it. If you like it, good for you. If you don't, that's great. Move out of my way. So yeah, it's a statement.
Okay. No, I definitely get it. And I feel like having that attitude is totally fine. A lot of other people do. So I
Yeah,
can
and it's
respect that.
personal. It's very
Yeah.
personal to us, so the
Yeah.
statement as in a personal way. Uh, but I also want it to reflect a statement that uh, who Svarttjern is. We're a bunch of good guys, but don't stand in our fucking way. If you don't like it, move the fuck aside, or we'll ruin you. Uh, and I also that's also a reflection within the music, and I like that.
Thank you. Now, how do you kind of approach like atmosphere and even like emotion in the music?
Uh, I don't really. Um, I guess it's more about just letting yourself go a little bit, which I enjoy. In today's world, uh, living like pretty normal lives, I must say. Uh, None of us live in caves. We all have houses. Some of us have families. I have two kids. I'm a super active dad. You know, I'm a grown man. So how I approach writing and thinking is by just sitting down and just letting things go a bit. Just now I can do it. So I guess that's why I say I don't really do anything. I just uh, step away from the everyday life and go into just uh, creating and being creative.
I respect that, especially as someone who also does like a whole full-time like job and like a professional lifestyle to like have that kind of outlet because it definitely feels like that as a listener like you're going to listen and go to these types of shows and like that to kind of let go of like what you do on the everyday, especially if there's like you feel like stress or like societal pressures and stuff like that. So I definitely respect and agree with that in a different, more listener
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, and I think it's important. We're all grown people now, and I think one of the things I really appreciate, getting older, getting to know yourself. You've been as you also mentioned, you've been through all these phases and so on. I really, really enjoy having the balance. I know so well my outlet and my artistic desires and the devotion and all that, you know, and it feels so good um, being at the mall with my kids, just relaxing. I don't have to prove anything because they all stick together. It doesn't mean I want to nail somebody to a wall at the toy store, but still, you know, it's a balance, and I'm proud of that because I think also in that balance lies a very fine line, which at least I, for my sake, has taken many years to kind of tune in. Um, Also taking me back to like the statement with Svarttjern. Uh, I don't know. In my opinions, don't fuck with us. We'll fuck you. You know. We don't do this for fun. It's our balance. It's the way we. It's our lives in a way.
Mm.
So how I tap into it, I don't know. I relax. Try to not get hospitalized while doing it. I have a couple of those stories as well, but you know, that's life. But yeah, relaxing
Yeah,
and drinking beer.
I meant that. I respect that. Now, I guess I'm curious. Now, how do you guys kind of keep these ideas or themes, I guess like alive or fresh in your music, especially because like throughout the years, and as many other bands might touch on the subject, different subjects or similar subjects, how do you guys kind of keep it alive?
You mean like the producing and the within the bands inspiring each other and so on, or what are you talking
Something
about?
like that, or more of like the themes that we talked about, like your idea of like misanthropy and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's cool. We talked about a previous podcast we were on earlier, and he asked us the same question, and it's kind of turned into this tradition. When we do touring or just traveling, you know, weekend shows and so on, you know, we're five best friends hanging out together, and that's when kind of the dynamic around albums happen. You know, we talk about them, we fool around, have a good time, um, and suddenly it's just we agree like on something that yeah, that's let's keep talking about that. For yeah, the Shame is just a word album, especially. It's just five guys hanging out, not giving a shit. It's just fuck the shame, you know. It's just a word. We just uh, so I guess how we do it, we hang out, have a good time, or have shitty times and just doing it together. So I guess that's how the themes evolve, and then over to kind of my job in the band with writing the lyrics, um, which I kind of get to do all by myself. I don't really get that many opinions
Hmm.
in that sense, which is good. Um, so I guess just five guys just hanging out, and then things just work out to something we want to express in a way. I don't know. It comes very natural for us.
Yeah, I think that's great, especially because you guys are, as you've said and I've heard before, are like a unit
Yeah,
essentially. So I like that.
yeah, we are.
Um, now, I feel like we've kind of themed it throughout this conversation, but if you want to solidify it more, you're welcome to in this question. But what do you ultimately want listeners to take away from your work?
Ooh, huh. I don't know. I guess to take away from our work. Never really thought of that, actually, because we do it so much on our own terms in a way. Um, and I don't know. I don't really know what to answer, to be honest. But I guess no, I don't know. I would say something that's going to be censored on all your channels, so I'm not going to say it. But
Sorry.
I don't know. And I don't. I've never thought about it. I probably don't care.
No, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I feel like I may have stumped you on that one, so I
Yeah, but that's cool.
apologize.
That's awesome. I just
Yeah.
never thought of it. If you asked me 10 years ago, I would probably come up with a kick-ass answer. But today, I feel very fortunate being able to do what I do.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel even more fortunate doing it together with the guys I'm doing it with. And that's enough for me. What, Misanthropy, what do you think about it? Doesn't enter the equation. But I guess come to a show, book us, do whatever you want at that show. I'll treat you with respect if you treat me with respect, and listen to the music, do whatever you want with it. Good question,
Thank you. No,
James.
I think that makes sense. Kind of, I think I kind of like that more, and that's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm getting is kind of to be more like do whatever you want with your own interpretation, because you guys kind of have like with aside from like the don't care attitude, there's more of like, oh, well, like it's whatever you make of it, you know. I feel like that's kind of
Yeah,
what you want to go for, so I think
yeah,
that's it.
whatever you want to make of it, really. Yeah, and I guess that's it. And yeah, that's it. I'm I'm not going to say that's it one more time. I did it 20 times now.
It's okay. Now as a final question here, a bit of a two-parter. Where can people find you and your music, and what are the future plans for you guys? Because you guys are going to be doing a festival soon.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. First of all, we're on Soulseller Records. So of course, all of our albums released through Soulseller will be on their website. We have a big cartel shop with worldwide shipping from Germany, and of course, you can listen to all our material on Spotify and Tidal or whatever their old streaming services are called. Uh, we've been struggling with the social media. We were very late coming into social media, and that's how I got to know the guy behind Black Metal Artists, which has become a very good friend of mine,
Mhm.
Mr. Omar himself. So a big salute to him. He helped me help Svarttjern get more on the map to actually be able to tell people where you can find us. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Future plans. Next week, we're playing Inferno Festival at Rockefeller on Thursday, which is going to be a special show,
Mm.
perhaps with some surprises along the way. Uh, so people should check that out. I'm also doing the Dark Throne tribute gig the night before with a lot of other really, really good musicians. So I feel honored being able to join those guys. Besides that, working on tours. Uh, we've we did a lot a couple of last years. Feels good. We decided to step on the gas
Mm.
2 years ago, and we really have, and it feels really good seeing the results that it's working. We are getting booked at good festivals. We have a lot of announcements coming up regarding exotic tours. We did mid Central America and parts of South America earlier this year, and going to continue that. And we will be releasing a new album in 2027 as well.
Mm.
So there's a lot of stuff going on, and Svarttjern, we really appreciate the support. We see now older friends and fans who's been, maybe like yourself, been following us for a lot of years, and we need that to keep things going. So in my humble opinion, uh, keep touring, keep playing. We're giving it 110% now, and for everyone deciding to buy a T-shirt or show up at the show, we appreciate it. We need that to keep moving forward, and we will move forward.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. It's been a huge pleasure speaking with you. And I definitely wish you guys luck with your festival and even with your future endeavors.
Thank you very much, and once more, to black metal artists, to me personally, and for Svarttjern, you guys have been a game changer. Omar, his friendship, brotherhood, and support has been a pinnacle for for us moving forward, and I really appreciate it. And now getting to meet you as well. So
Thank
thank you very
you.
much. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you.